So I want to talk a little bit more today about the idea of bringing weight to public speaking. We tend to think, as I've discussed in my other videos, that men are more natural public speakers simply because what they tend to do is to speak with volume. We tend to think that a male body is more used to being able to speak and project their voice because men have louder voices. But there's a fundamental difference between the idea of volume and weight. Weight is the capacity for your voice to come from a much deeper, more profound place. We mistakenly believe that voice comes from the throat, from our voice box, when actually the correct way to learn about public speaking and the use of your voice is to learn how to use belly breathing, to be able to use the full capacity of your thorax, taking in breath that fills your lungs, and making sure that your body is relaxed and that you are centered in your body and that your voice comes from deep within. Just take a moment to sit up straight, not in a forced way, in a way where you're still very relaxed, your shoulders are down, but feel from deep within, from your belly, from right down in the bottom where your tummy is, and consider what it means to have your voice come from there. It's a fundamentally different approach to the idea that we might speak up here, okay? We're all used to the idea of speakers who use volume to raise the rabble. I can do this, I will do this, we will all be able to do this, da-da-da-da-da, off you go, off we go. And those speakers who can compel us from a much deeper place, that speak to who we are as an audience and invite us to follow them from a much more profound place. I have a dream. I have a dream that involves all of you, where you will also be part of this extraordinary journey, where we will work together in the fulfillment of this perfect world we would like to see. And I know that you can find within yourself what it's going to take for us all to achieve this together. That's the hallmark of a great speaker. Somebody who has that weight and substance. Somebody who, like Martin Luther King, has done the interior work on themselves to be able to lead from a much more profound place within. We're all very familiar with many of the tropes of public speaking. How do I stand? How do I project my voice? What do I do with my hands? These are all important things to understand, but it's extremely difficult if we're given those tips and tools from a purely technical place. So that when we get up to speak on stage, we're so scared that we're going to forget to do one of those things. And we're thinking purely in those technical terms, instead of realizing that if what we're actually doing is being invited to speak from deep within ourselves, to be centered, to be grounded, to use our entire body, and to speak from where the voice is supposed to come from, which is both physically and metaphorically deep within. This is how we can summon up within ourselves our voice and invite the audience to be part of our vision. And that's not dependent on volume. When we speak from that compelling place, we will naturally pause, take a breath. Our voices will resonate so that people will hear us through the power of how our words land and the impact they have on inspiring another, rather than pure volume, which all it does is to incite, excite, and in some cases create chaos and even violence. That is not the kind of public speaking we want or indeed need in our world today. And I believe we do need leaders of the caliber of Martin Luther King who have that ability to inspire us from deep within. It's not enough to say he was one individual who did the best job we've ever seen. I believe it's beholden on each one of us to be able to bring that clarity and that weight, that depth and substance to what we have to say to compel others to follow us. This isn't about whether you're a man or a woman. It's about finding your voice and allowing that to come from deep within out into a place where the world knows what we have to say, and more importantly, we are inspiring and compelling others to be on that journey with us.